Yo, Criminal Minded here. I'd like to give a shout out to the Iceman. You know, I have subscribed to him on YouTube. His subscription name is called Mad Voodoo Man. MADVOODOOMAN. Mad Voodoo Man. You know, he's quite funny. Iceman is quite funny. He gives me a lot of jokes, man. He talks a lot of shit about white bitches, and it's quite it's quite entertaining, man. He talks about he talks a lot about other shit, but what I find entertaining is his dating stories. But when he tells you about how what he does when he go to date and all that kind of shit, to me that shit's amusing. It's funny, man. Iceman, shouts out, man. You know what I'm saying? Much respect, man. You keep me entertained. I tell you that shit. And this video blog is something that I learned from the Iceman, right? And I remember one time I was watching the Iceman's one of his blogs, and he was talking about how he would go on online dating websites, and he would put up a fake account, like he put up a white man's face, and he would call himself super duper white guy or some shit like that. And he'll be surprised. He'll be surprised at the response that he will get from non-white females, and the way they are willing to just give it up to the white man so easily. And you know what? I wanted to doubt the Iceman a bit. Not to say that he was lying, but I wanted to see if he was telling the truth, or better, I wanted to see if he was right. So I'm in the UK, right? So in the UK, I joined up a dating website with two profiles, right? One was a black guy, and he's quite a famous he's a famous football star. His name is called. He's an African football star. He plays for an African team called Ghana Black Stars. His name is Suleiman Tari. And I made a profile using Suleiman Tari's face, right? For the profile, you know. Then I made another profile with a white man. This white man is he's the head of the most famous cannabis grower. I forgot his name. Yeah, he's quite popular on YouTube, right? So I used this white man. I put this white man's picture, and my username for the white man was called okay. The username was called White Boy Forever. Yeah, the name was White Boy Forever. And Suleiman Tari's one, I think Suleiman Tari's one was called Lozolo. And on the caption, like like when you like you have your introduction phrase, like an introduction phrase to introduce yourself, so that somebody can click on your picture to see your profile. On Suleiman Tari's one, it says something new. On the White Boy Forever caption, his introduction caption, it says super duper white boy. Yeah, super duper white guy. Yeah. And so I went on there, right? And I used Suleiman Tari, and like I approached like 30 to 40 girls, black girls, right? And I was saying the same thing to them. I wasn't saying nothing derogatory. I wasn't saying nothing rude, nothing disrespectful. I was just saying, hi, how you doing? Love your profile. Hi, how you doing? Love your profile. Hi, how you doing? Love your picture. Just the same shit, right? And I've got not one reply. This shit was funny to me. Not one reply. Yeah? Not one of these black chicks replied to me, right? I'm talking like 40 to 50, right? And Okay, one replied. One replied after like 2 to 3 weeks later. And when she replied, we spoke for like less than 10 minutes. Already she gave me her telephone number. Now listen to the story, right? I called this girl, a black girl. We spoke for like an hour, 2 hours. Remember this is an investigation I'm doing. I'm trying to see if the Iceman is telling the truth, right? So with Suli Muntari, I spoke to this girl for like, mind you, I've got a partner. I've been with my partner for like 9 years, going 10 years. Yeah. So I in a faithful relationship. I've never cheated on her, and I think she's never cheated on me because I'm not with her 24/7 to know what she's doing. But I've never ever gone astray from her for the past 9 years. Yeah. Okay. So remember, this is just an investigation I'm doing. I'm just doing a survey for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like to get my mind right on certain things about black women online who do online dating and black women of today. Mind you, I don't know all black women, but I'm going from the survey and the statistics of what I did. Yeah, and we're talking like 40 to 50 black women. So this one, I was speaking to this black woman for like I was speaking to her for like 2 hours. She was talking a whole lot of shit. She just sounded annoying, but you know, I'm doing my investigation, so I had to pop with a lot of her shit. I didn't have no problem with that. And off the jump, she was there was a lot of fabricated stories she was telling me. She's a writer, blah blah blah. She's a poet. I asked her to spit a poem to me on the phone. She didn't want to spit a poem to me on the phone. She'd rather me and her go to an Italian restaurant, and she would bring her poetic work with her. I thought to myself, whatever, bitch. All you want is a free dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like originally I said yes, just to gas her head up. You know what I'm saying? Like just to make her feel like, yeah, she's got a date. You know. The day of the date, like 3 hours before we were supposed to meet up, I sent her a text saying I can't make it. To this day, me and I have not communicated since then, and I doubt we ever will communicate again. Because the Iceman spoke about that kind of shit, where these women want to take you on a date because they have not been on a date for a long time, so want to use that moment to go on a date and to just to go out because they don't get a chance to go out, you know. One of the things I found funny about her was she said she was 31. She's got a son who's 16. So that means she had a child when she was 15. And then she went as far as making up this stupid lie by saying that she was married for 15 years. She just came out of a hard marriage and a hard divorce for 15 years. And I said to myself, hold on a minute. 31, so that means you got married when you were 16, which is a lie, because in England 16 is when you just finish high school. So I found it very hard to believe her story. It didn't sound truthful. Hold on. Yeah, sorry about that. The bin man outside, you know. Her story didn't sound truthful. I didn't believe her story, you know. And I don't want to waste my time with that kind of mentality. Really, I've got less tolerance for women who want to lie and want to give themselves an image. And then also the other problem was I hate black women who hate who they are, where they're from. She was talking about, oh, she hates people who don't speak proper English. And I'm saying the thing to myself, like, I mean, she wasn't talking about me. But I just don't like people like that, because it's like black people, 95% of black people, their first language is not English. Do you understand? And she started putting down people who speak slang or who speak street language. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what you're subconsciously saying to me is you prefer white men to black men, because English is white man's first language. Do you understand? Yeah? And then she started talking about people if you use a word that's not in the dictionary, she doesn't want to know. And I said to myself, hold on a minute, like the people make the word go in the dictionary, not the dictionary make. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not the other way around. The people I'll give you an example, like the word bling bling. Bling bling was not in the dictionary 20 years ago. You know, because of Cash Money, the song Bling Bling, and the popularity of that word, now bling bling is in the dictionary. So meaning that any word can be in the dictionary as long as it's used often in the English vocabulary. But you know, a lot of black people don't understand that. Black people just so hell bent on white standard that they move by what white people say should be moved, basically, you know. And I didn't check. I didn't check for that. You know what I mean? So basically, I found her to be like a conniving little lying bitch. Do you understand? That was my saving for the black one, which is Suleiman Tari, right? Now, off to my white guy. Now, this white guy, I mean, come on, man. Listen, if you're a black person, you see a white guy who calls himself super duper fly white guy, and his username is called White Guy Forever, or should I say White Boy Forever, wouldn't you think this guy is a bit obsessed with his, well, white people are not white, they're pink, but you know, let's just say like this guy is obsessed with this whole white man, white power, white dominance, white, without saying these things. That's my point. My point is, without saying these things, wouldn't that be the projection that you get? Well, not black women. Out of the 40 black women, I could honestly say that 28, over half, replied me. Out of the 28, I got 10 of the telephone numbers. I kid you not. I was talking to them for a long time. There was numerous texts back and forth. One of them was willing to meet me on a date. The other one lived in Leicester, and I told him that I'm the white boy and I live in Bromley. Bromley is in London, in between London and Kent. And it was funny to me because one of these black girls said to me all she's ever dated was white men all her life, and she preferred white men to black men because white men treat her better. But then I said to me, white men treat you better, how come you're fucking single? I mean, wouldn't you have found a white guy who wants to keep you forever? Or I saw that you claim. But let's move on. I even went as far as making fun of black men, and the girl agreed with me. This same black girl who's never dated black men before, she agreed with me. Yeah, stating that well, since she's only experienced white men, she's gonna have to agree with me that black men can't satisfy her or stimulate her mind. That's what she said, you know. And I wasn't offended. I mean, like I said, I was doing an investigation, and I found the investigation quite amusing. There was a lot of things I learned and I picked up from that investigation, you know. Another one, listen to this shit. Imagine me and you are trying to get to know each other, and I'm telling you I'm a white guy, I own my own business. This black bitch asked me for a job. and I had to tell her, listen, I don't think you want to mix business with pleasure. She goes up and said, oh, you're right. She gave me her number as well. The one from Leicester was willing to come all the way from Leicester and come to my house in Bromley, stay for the weekend, and I blatantly told her it was a sexual encounter. She was a willing participant, yeah, in this idea that I was coming off with. She didn't have no problem with coming to be my bed wench, you know, to keep my bed warm for the weekend. She even asked me, should I book a hotel room or am I going to come and stay with you? Oh my God, I swear that shit was funny. Listen, 60% of these women, I had used Suli Muntari, the black user, my black username, Suli Muntari. I had used Suli Muntari to approach them and got no reply from these same women that the white boy had approached. Like let's say like 60% of them. Yeah. One of them was too funny. She went as far as telling me about how she hates her black baby father. He's from Sierra Leone, and because he's from Sierra Leone, he's from a violent country where there's nothing but violence. And because he's from a violent country, that made him become violent towards her. Not that she was a bitch, or she could have been a bitch and triggered him being violent. Not that I agree with men being violent towards women, but sometimes some women could be asking for that situation to occur, you know. And it's hard for some men to walk away. Not that's an excuse, but every action causes a reaction. That's my point, right? And she basically told me that she also said to me that she has never met a black guy who has been good to her. That she found majority of the time that white guys are more kinder or nicer to her. And I asked her to give me an example. She couldn't give me none, but to say that her ex always forgot her birthday. And I said, so that is your reasoning of saying that it's a bad relationship because the guy forgot your birthday, and how she's taking him to court to fight custody for her 6-year-old or 7-year-old son. Now this girl kept on stalking me for days. When I say I mean days, in and out, texting me, all that kind of shit. Yeah, calling me on private number, hanging up, all that kind of shit. I gave them a telephone number that I don't use, a mobile number that I don't use often. You know, it was funny to me when I was in stitches. I was in stitches. The amount of black girls that approached me as the super duper fly white guy with a username called white boy forever. I was shocked. Well, I mean, in today's world, I shouldn't have been. And a lot of them was putting black men down. That was a funny bit of the video. They all had something bad to say about black men, you know. And I'll say the same thing I said about in my video to Mr. Tommy Sodomite. All these bitches don't even know, like, not even 2% of the black male population in England, you know. But I think also they were doing that to try to appease me, Mr. White Guy. You know, that I think they were trying to appease me. I think they wanted to give me an ego boost. You know, and also they sell out of their race. They're a disgrace to their race. Also, I mean, let's not deny that fact. I was quite pleased that 60% or I say 70% of the black women answering is not really of a good light, is it? Because the 30%, they just read my message and they didn't reply. They just moved on. But the success rate speaks volumes. From my investigation with online dating, quite a reasonable amounts of black women are willing to satisfy white men. You know, sexually as well. Because listen, a lot of them I had not even talked about being serious, having a relationship. They wanted to meet her for a date. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And probably on a date, it would put it this way: if I was that white guy that I was saying I was, it wouldn't have been hard for me to get them into the bedroom. A lot of them had children. Not once did they consider of the effect of bringing a white guy to their house, what the effect will have on their black child. You got, and what made me laugh was, here you got a black child with a black man, but you're here dissing that black man. So obviously you don't really see much of your black son, you know. But that investigation was really, really interesting to me. And hey, don't take my word for it. I'll give you the website. The dating website. It's a free dating website where you could email and receive email, read your email messages, communicate with other female of other races and all of that stuff there, all that good stuff there. Then I'll give you the website. The website is called pof.com, plentyoffish.com. You know, and hey, do your own investigation for yourself. If you think I'm lying, I had Asian women. Some of these people, I wouldn't even email them. They will email me. Ah man, the world we live in, boy, where your women are willing to sell their soul out just to have a white flesh next to them, because that's what it was. It was like for them to. It was crazy. I mean, there's nothing I could say about that. It was a crazy experience for me, you know, and it just made me be more wary of black females, of today's black females, and I know I sound like I'm generalizing here, but from the statistics that I did, the majority of them was willing to entertain this white guy. You know, from the 40 to 650 that I emailed, the majority of them was willing to entertain this white guy. You know what I'm saying? It was a majority. It was a majority rule here. Compared to the black guy got not even a 10% response. I'll say a 1% response. You know, so it shows for yourself that black people, or should I say black? It shows for yourself that black people are not willing, or are not satisfied with what they've got, or are not willing to work or build with what they've got. I mean, look, here you got a black man, you got a black woman getting together to come on a common goal of trying to be successful and trying to help each other in getting rich or die trying. No. From my statistics showed me that a lot of black women on that online dating website was more interested in what can I get for myself now, even though there is no fact that it's not a fact that they was going to gain anything financially being with a white man. It's just that in their head, I am assuming here, that in their head they saw that being in the presence or going on a date with this white man or trying out with this white guy might either have a financial reward or might make them feel better by themselves. I don't know how, but that was what I was getting from them, you know. So what I was thinking of to do was to let myself be known to these women that I'm a black guy who was doing a survey on them to see where their mind state was at. But I thought, you know what, don't even bother. You're not going to change anything. I'm not going to change their mental state or nothing like that. What I should get from this is my own personal understanding of what I'm dealing with of today's women, of today's black women, especially on the online dating website, you know. And what I gathered from it was that a lot of them are mentally challenged, you know. They don't even ask no questions. They don't know this white guy from nowhere. And listen, they all gave me their number, and then and out of the 10, put this way, all the ones that gave me the number was willing to meet up with me. Some way or fashion, we had arranged to meet up. I kid you not. You know, I just did not pursue the situation much further because I couldn't be bothered. I got tired of talking to them because they were quite dumb, boring, and annoying. I didn't find them mind stimulating at all. I find them pathetic, and I kind of came to the conclusion that these were the black women that had been You know when Tupac says, "Let the ghetto get the best of you." Yes, the ghetto or the hood life, or in this area, the council estates had gotten the better of them, and now they're just going around trying to find plenty of fish in the sea, like what the website is called, plentyoffish.com. You know. But on that note, I'm going to end this video. You know what I mean? And then the purpose of me making this video was just to understand that yes, there's a lot of sellouts among the black community, man. And then they don't give a fuck. They don't care if you're a racist. They don't care. They're out there for their own selfish needs and their own selfish fulfillments. Hey, I ain't mad at them. Do what you do. But what makes me funny is when black women complain about black men dating outside their race, but yet they do it willingly. And some of these women would hide their picture. Then I will email them saying, "What do you look like?" And then they will send me their picture, because and that was like 2 of them. 2 of the 10 that gave me their number, they will hide their picture because they don't want people to know that they're either doing online dating or they community or somebody on that website to find them out. You know what I'm saying? Or to even find them out that they're dating or they're checking for white men. You know, but this is what you're dealing with. One black scholar said that there's a lot of black women who sleep or who dates outside their race, but do it secretively. And they do it secretively because they don't want people to find out that they was used as sexual toilets by these men of other races. So they pretend like it never happened, and then quick to point the finger at black men for dating outside their race. The moral of the story is, bitch, stop acting like you are better than anybody else. Yeah, and if you want these feminist bitches who always want to talk about equal rights, whoa, bitch, be an equal fucking open-minded bitch. Because I don't care about who people date outside their race. If that's what you want to do, that's your business. Good luck to you. Keep it up. You get me? I hope it gets you far. But the statistics and the ratio shows that people who date outside their race, 70% of the time, the relationship does not last. It's a fact. These statistics have been done by not only by white people, it has been done by black people. I mean, it's a proven factor. 2 tribes will always go to war, especially if those two tribes has always been at war. White people and black people has always been at war. Yeah, the war ain't over, so you'll never see me with a white woman. You know, I mean, I have done that stupid shit in the past, but that was like 15, 20 years ago. I would never think of doing some stupid shit like that ever again. Do you understand? Because I've grown up. You know what I'm saying? I understand. I understand what racism is and what racism means. And I also understand that black people, we are at the bottom of the race. That means, so it's not going to be on an equal level of communication or interaction when I go date out of my race. If the white bitch called police, the police will take her side of the story. They'll be more lenient to her side than mine. If we go to court, the same situation. If we're in public, the same situation. You understand? Same with the black guy. Most black women go out with white men to get a better social status. So that already tells me that we know we are at the bottom of the race, but we don't care. Well, I do, and I want to do it. But if you want to do it, by all means, more kudos to you, more brownie points to you. Good luck. I hope for your own sake you get somewhere with it. You know what I'm saying? But with my investigation, this is what I found out, that there's a lot of black people willing to sell out their ancestral history and their ancestral struggle for their own personal gain. But that's what this is about. your own personal gain. You're overlooking like it's like basically it's like a Jew, like a Jewish bitch going to sleep with a Nazi soldier, or a Jewish bitch going to sleep with a neo-Nazi. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's how I see it. I see it as a Jewish bitch saying to herself, "Oh, whoa, I found love in a neo-Nazi." Forget that the Nazis killed my ancestors back in the day. Today, I'm in love with the neo-Nazis, and that's all that matters. Because that's what interrelationship, that's what interracial people are telling me. When I see people dating outside your race, that's what you're telling me. You're telling me that your ancestral struggles was not enough for you to turn that person down. That's what you're telling me. I mean, unless I'm mistaken. Unless I'm mistaken, I need to be enlightened. Because black people was enslaved for 1,000 years by Arabs, and then another 450 years by white Europeans. So black people has been under siege on this planet for over 1,500 years, and everybody benefited from this situation apart from black people. So you mean to tell me you're going to forget 1,500 years of struggle for your own personal, sexual, and financial gain? And that's all it is. Because if first love is to yourself and your people first, before you go into date outside, before you go into find love outside of yourself and outside of your people. So when blacks say, "Oh, you can't help who you fall in love with," yes, you can. Yes, you fucking can. Yeah? Because if you cannot fall in love with yourself and your people, you can't find love nowhere else, my friend. So stop lying to yourself and stop giving excuses to yourself to justify your white supremacy mentality that you have. And that's what this video is really about. This blog is about black people with the white supremacy mentality. You know? And I found that out. And I was laughing to myself, you know. And you know what? The funny thing is, I haven't even told my partner about this investigation that I've done yet. I'm going to tell her about it later on. But I found it funny, and I always have to use the Jews as an example. Can you imagine a Jew, a Jewish woman, or a Jewish man disregarding their ancestral history just for their own sexual satisfaction or financial satisfaction? Jews wouldn't even do business with people who are not Jewish. And if they're going to do business with people who are not Jewish, they're going to make sure they get the better hand of the business deal. No Jewish person will go into a business deal with a non-Jew, yeah, and be at the bottom of, or get the shorter end of the stick of the business deal. No Jew would ever do it. Trust me. Fact. Do you understand? Jews know how to stick together, mate. White Jews I'm talking about. They really know how to stick together. Yeah? Chinese know how to stick together. Asians know how to stick together. Whites know how to stick together. In fact, white people know how to go outside of their race and still be loyal to their race. Imagine that. That's how good white people stick together. White people are so good at sticking together, they could go outside of their race and still be loyal to their race. That is a bravo, and that deserves a clap from me. Black people can't even stick together within their race, let alone going outside of their race. Have you noticed that whenever a black person goes outside their race, they always take on the other race culture? A black person go date a Chinese woman, he start dressing as like Chinese men, start dressing in Chinese costumes, start acting in Chinese fucking way, listen to Chinese music, watching Chinese movies, just basically worshipping their culture. A black man go date white people, he surrounds himself about white people. The black man go date a white woman, he surrounds himself about white women, get consumed by white culture, white standard of living, white way of thinking. The same, we go date Asians, the same thing. wherever black people go, they always disregard their race or their culture and accept the other culture. Have you noticed that? Analyze it. Please analyze it. It's very rare that you see a white person come into a black culture and take on the come into a black relationship and take on the black culture. And I'm saying it's very rare. Analyze it. Please analyze it and see if I'm chatting shit. Watch for the signs. You know. And on that note, like I always say, man, criminal minded. Stay wary of treachery, motherfuckers. And I'm out like I stole something. Peace.